The Farmer and Frenchman is a thriving agritourism destination and a top-notch foodie spot, by the way. Thanks to these two creative folks, Katie and Hubert Musa. Hi, friends.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you had time to leave the place because you're so busy. It's wild over there. We were just talking about parties and private events and so many things going on, and also food.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the garden's just about finished, so I'm not in the garden right now, so that gives me a little extra time.
And do you still have chickens?
Yes, they're tearing up the garden for me right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Well, you know what most people don't know, and I only know part of the story, is how this all happened, because if you've been there, you know it's out in the country. So, Katie, first of all, how did you meet Hubert, and then what happened from there?
Right. So whenever people come to our place for the first time, they say, well, who's the farmer? And I say, well, me, I'm the farmer. And they say, who's the Frenchman? Well, him, obviously.
Yeah.
And once you speak, we all know. We all know Hubert. Yes.
And they say, so you're from here, you're from Henderson, which I'm from Henderson. How did you meet a Parisian and bring him back to Henderson? And, you know, the spoiler is that he brought me back to Henderson. So it was a long journey. He was from Paris and moved to Miami. He was in Miami with his father, opening a restaurant there.
Yep.
And I was in Miami because I was actually at the University of Alabama getting a PhD there. And I went to Miami to do my dissertation research.
Meant to be.
Yes.
It was meant to be.
So I was supposed to be doing my dissertation research on Cuban cultural values and food in Miami. And then I meet a French guy. So, so I met him at a party, of course, in Miami, like in a lounge, and he says, so do you speak French? And I say, no. And he's like, well, do you speak Spanish? And I say, not very well. And he's like, oh, no. So for a while, we had to text because we couldn't understand each other's accents, so we had to do a lot of texting.
Well, and you got that, you know, one I love, the Kentucky twang, and it is, we have our own way of saying things, right, Hubert?
Especially at this time, yeah. Now, you know, that's it. I don't realize it now anymore, you know.
Well, probably not. But I know it's not really the easiest thing in the world to learn English from people from Kentucky as we are, but you know, you'll get that twang. You'll get it. You'll get it down.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, so Katie, I know you came to the farm, and the barn was there. That's the part of the story I remember. So you bring him home, or he brings you home.
Yes.
Then what happened?
Yes. So he wanted to come home and meet my family. You know, we were living in Miami, but he wanted to know who I really was. Yeah. So he wanted to go home and meet the family. And so after a few years, we'd been together for a while, we took him out to my mom's, my great-grandfather's farm. And he got to see it for the first time. So he looked right at the barn that we see here, and he said, we could do a vineyard here.
Almost, yeah. The idea we talk about the fact that we could grow vine in Kentucky with farmer, and I say, what? Wine? I say, yeah. By the way, you know, Katie's family got the land. I look at her and say, you have a land? So it took me 2 years. It took them 2 years to tell me that something going on. They have a land. I say, nothing going on this land. And I fall in love with the view. I mean, it was exactly the way I was putting in my mind. I was seeing myself with my Jeep in the middle of the grave for acres and acres. And up to the things change a little bit. People need food, need something else. So I have wine, I make wine, but food is what became our #1 activity.
Well, there's so much to tell you about these good people, and what you can stay out there, you can eat out there, you can drink wine, have a party, and you have a giveaway because we're getting ready to go bye-bye here.
Yes, yes.
Go bye-bye.
So we have this nice little tote. We have a coffee cup.
Love it. Could be double as a wine glass, too. Yeah.
We have an apron.
Lovely.
And we have 4 lunch gift certificates. Each one is $25. So total, you have $200 worth of Farmer and Frenchman garb.
Great swag. I love it. Listen, thank you both so much. I love and appreciate you and all that you've brought to this area. It's amazing. Thank you. Farmer and Frenchman, don't miss it.
You.
We'll be back with more lifestyles right after this. Stick around.